So today we're going to be working on the Minolta XG-1 camera, and it's very similar to pretty much any other XG7, XG9. The issue with this camera is that it's exhibiting erratic light metering, aperture control, and shutter speeds are not always responding to the correct speeds. So typically the issue with it is oxidated or corroded contacts for the aperture here, and the corroded or oxidated contacts inside the shutter control and ASA dial. So today, in today's video, we're going to be basically disassembling the top cover and cleaning those contacts, starting with the aperture. All right, so we're gonna got 4 screws here on the lens mount. I'm going to remove those. Carefully take out the lens mount and then remove this aperture ring. All right, and then there's a spring that controls the aperture ring here. Okay, so these are the contacts we're going to clean. And we'll clean the contacts here as well. And these typically do not oxidate. It's this contact strip that gets corroded over time. It's a little tricky to put this aperture ring back without damaging the contacts, so I have to be extra careful here. So we got that one in. We'll put the mount back. Now, mind you, there are different possible causes to similar problems. Again, if you have metering issues or shutter speed issues, it's not always the solution. It is a common one, but it's not always the only one. But in this particular case, I've evaluated the camera previously, and that was the cause of it. So we're going to be working just on this particular issue here. All right, so now we're going to be removing the top cover, starting with the 4 screws on the front and 2 on the back. There's a small spring here. Be careful not to lose it if you decide to disassemble it yourself. Here's our top cover. All right, so there's a couple of things we're gonna do here. We're gonna clean these power mode contacts, and then we're gonna disassemble this module here and clean the contacts underneath. Okay, now we're gonna work on this side here. I'm gonna pop this contact out. We're gonna remove this screw here. As you can see, the contacts are heavily oxidated. You've got a little, I wouldn't even say corrosion, just over time it builds up some sort of a screen that prevents the contacts for traveling properly. These contacts here, as well as these contacts here, are causing issues with intermittent shutter speeds, as well as metering. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean those up. Okay, so it's good to disassemble it. Assemble it, I'm sorry, reassemble it. Put this holding spring back. We're gonna clean the contacts one at a time here. All right. Now keep in mind that these cameras are in most cases over 4 years old. So once you fix something, and it could happen from time to time, you fix one particular issue, customer receives the camera back and it works fine, but then another issue pops up and they think that, hey, it was just serviced, what happened here? Well, it has many other things too. It has a lot of electronics, it has mechanical gears, things like that, and in most cases other issues pop up. Okay, so it's not always because the previous technician worked on it and caused possible issues to it. It may happen, yeah, but in most cases it's something else that gives out. And in this case, we'll just have to take a look and see if that other issue can also be resolved or not. In some cases it can, and in some cases, due to the parts availability, it may not be. All right, so we're gonna put the screw back to secure this dial, and we're gonna tighten it a little bit here. Okay. Okay, so this is good. I'm gonna brush up a little bit on the viewfinder, just a little bit. Some dust in there. Okay, so once that second screw is in, we're going to put together the top cover, and just make sure that the metering is consistent. Battery check works. Let's set our setting to 100 ASA. All right. Okay, now the light meter LED is much more consistent. There's no jumping. And I will test the accuracy later on. Shutter speeds seem to be responding well. All right. Let's put this back. And that's our video. Thank you for watching.